You're listening to the Murder Speaks podcast, the show that spills the tea about true crime. Here's your host, Wendy Hinbest.
Hey, welcome back. So today's real crime story is about 17-year-old Jessica Carpenter in Aiken, South Carolina. On August 4th, 2000, her mother found her dead. Her mother went home to eat lunch with Jessica and then went back to work. But when she got home from work at 5:30, she found Jessica lying naked and dead. So she called 911.
911, do you have an emergency?
Yes, I do. I come home, my daughter's laying on the floor nude, and she's been raped or something.
Possible 1035, Carlson Park.
Quick as you can.
Ma'am, is she breathing?
I don't know, honey. I don't know.
Judy, I need you to go in the house. Let me know if she's breathing. How old is she, Judy?
She's 17.
Okay, stay on the phone. Do you see any wounds on her, Judy?
They cut the phone cord and everything.
Affirmative. Judy, she's not breathing?
I don't think so. Her eyes are rolled back in her head.
Okay.
She's cold. No, she's dead. She's dead. I think she is. Please, somebody
Judy,
help her.
I got somebody on the way, okay?
The police and paramedics arrived at the scene. The phone cord was wrapped around her neck. She was raped and strangled. CSI takes DNA swabs from Jessica's body and a partial print was found. But there was no sign of forced entry, so she must have known who killed her. On August 25th, 3 weeks after Jessica's murder, the police get a new tip. They released a sketch of a possible suspect, but nobody recognized him. He turned out to be somebody selling magazines door to door. The police start taking DNA samples in the community. October 10th, 2000, there's another attack. An 18-year-old girl. He raped her, strangled her, and stabbed her in the throat, the same way Jessica Carpenter was attacked. He thought he killed her, but he didn't. She gave the police a description of the attacker, and a young lady recognized him. Jessica Carpenter's co-worker tells police that she was with Jessica the Friday night before Jessica was murdered, when they were approached by this guy. He was looking for directions and asked if he could follow them. He knew where she lived, and a week later, she was murdered. Somebody calls and says the guy in the sketch is Reynaldo Rivera. They found him in a motel trying to kill himself, but they were able to save his life. He was a married man with a family, but he murdered several women. But he says he never killed Jessica. He tells police, "Why would I admit to killing all these other women, but not to killing Jessica?" Good point. So they take his DNA sample and rush it to the lab. An informant tells police that a guy named Tony Baldwin killed Jessica Carpenter. He says he picked up Tony Baldwin from a quick shop by Jessica's house the day she was murdered. They were out doing drugs and he confessed to this person that he raped and killed Jessica. He tells this person things only the killer would know. By January 2001, the DNA results come back. There's no match for Reynaldo Rivera or Tony Baldwin. So the police are back to square one. 2 years later, there's a DNA match to a guy named Robert Atkins. He's in jail in Georgia, serving time for another crime. The police talk to him, and he denies knowing her at first. But then he admits to killing her and starts crying. He worked for a courier. He delivered a package to her house, and then a week later, he went back to her house and asked to borrow her phone. When he got inside her house, he killed her. Robert Atkins is given 2 consecutive life sentences. This is why I don't open my door for people I don't know. When I'm home by myself, unless you call me or text me and tell me you're coming to my house, I am not letting you in. Because of things like this, you don't know. You don't really know people. You don't always really know somebody. You know what I mean? Well, thanks for joining me on this week's Real Crime Story. If you like it, please share it and subscribe. And if you are a true crime addict like me, check out my store, crystalkiss.com, for some murder merch. I sell t-shirts, hoodies, and leggings. Also, check out my other podcast, A Girl Who Craves Her Faves, where I talk about all the drama in my favorite reality shows, so check it out. Check out my book, Masquerade of Lies, online at Amazon. I am working on another book called Sin of Darkness, so stay tuned. All right, thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Bye.